Hey, it's Mark, RPM Tesla, in our clean room here. Sorry about the echo, but right now we're making two videos. The first one is talking about the Generation 2 center console. Many people purchase the carbon fiber or our wood overlays, and there are sometimes scratches created in the product. So we're going to make this video to show everybody how to avoid this problem and even how to fix it. Now, the problem is isolated down to probably 10 to 20% of Model 3s and Model Ys made. The defect Tesla knows about, but it doesn't make a difference. There's always a chance that there's going to be something creating a scratch. So first, let's talk about this. If you buy the carbon fiber overlay or the wood one, you're going to notice that when you put it on, this is where the scratch occurs. So this is an old demo unit. So after you apply the double-sided tape, or you remove the liner and you put it in, it puts a scratch. It's like right in the middle. It can be here, here, here. Anywhere around this area it can happen. So what we suggest you do is this. Before you install our product, or even anyone's products, find out if you have the clearance needed without the Tesla defect causing the problem in yours. So how do you do that? Well, you want to take something like a piece of paper, sandpaper, a business card, something thin. Let me grab something. Even a credit card is fine. So you take a credit card and slide it underneath. If it's not holding up and it's not dragging, you won't have a problem putting a 0.5 millimeter thin piece of open pore real wood on, or a thin piece of carbon fiber, or some of the plastic versions we have coming out soon. But if you happen to notice that it is dragging and it is scratching, then we're going to take this lesson and we're going to show you how to remove it. All you're going to need is a little bit of sandpaper. We're going to show you what's causing the problem. So you're going to have to live with this gray material or do this. We suggest you try it. It's not hard. In the car, it's not as easy. But what you're going to do is this. You're going to open up your armrest and we're going to remove this piece. And we're going to turn it over and show you what's scratching. So let's get started. You have to just pull the panels off like this. You can use a pry tool, your hands, but it's not hard to do. Now what gets hard is when you get here to this area. So in your Model 3 or Model Y, this is underneath. So you can say right there, just want to lift this up like this and pull up. Ready? That'll release it from the top, and then we turn it over. And as you try to turn it over, you're going to have a wire connected here, which is your wireless charging pad connection. So it's not going to be very long. You're going to turn it over, you just slide it out and release it. So let's show you the back of the center console top overlay. It's just plastic, vinyl, glued to plastic. And the problem we have is underneath here. So you just want to put this aside for now so you can leave it hanging off. You could put it down on the passenger side if you don't want to disconnect the cable. But now let's take a look at this. So this is the problem area. And when you use something like this, like at our shop, when we install these for people, this is the kind of scratch you get. And the scratch is created from this piece of plastic underneath here. So as you open it, it's going to scratch it like right here. It's usually in the center or a little off center. So the problem is this piece. So we're going to get a little torque bit. We're going to remove this, take this off. But basically what we have to do is we have to sand down a little piece of plastic underneath here. And you can't do it without taking it off. So we're going to take this little trim off. This is the aluminum trim. So let me go get a T20 and we'll take this off real quick. Again, if you're happy with this or vinyl, you don't need to go through all this. But if you want the wood or you want the real carbon fiber overlay, it's worth it. Okay, now we have 7 T20s to take off on each side. And you want to move your seat back in your car before you do this, obviously, or you can't even get the panels off the side. So we'll take these off real quick here. show you how easily you can clean up this little plastic burr. It's a small piece of plastic that's sharp and it's scratching on the center console. Some of the new cars, Tesla's actually put felt underneath here because it was even scratching up the stock gray pieces. So again, it's probably a little paint defect or a small injection molding problem from who's ever making this white piece. So you'll see right here it says white piece. Okay, so once you take that off, or all 14 of these, there's a way to lift the rails off. So these are aluminum rails. They're aluminum painted, or what's the term for coating them? So they're chrome plated aluminum plastic. Anyway, so you'll notice these little tabs. You just want to lift them up right here. There's little black tabs. So just lift up on these. Comes right off. So nothing's holding it on. Same thing on this side. And now we have the whole tray perimeter out. And on this side is where the problem is. So this is the part from Tesla. And this is plastic chrome plated. And there's little pieces of the mold parting line here causing this whole problem. We've been investigating this for years. We originally thought it was the metal clip or the brass part that works with the connector. It wasn't that. Then we realized it's just right here. So just take your sandpaper and we'll show you how to smooth it out. Now this one doesn't have the problem, but we know where the problem comes out. It comes out right here. So just with sandpaper, we're going to sand this down. Again, this is the underside, so it doesn't matter what happens to it. If you go through the plastic chrome plating or not, sand it all down. So feel with your fingers smoothly across here. You feel a little bit of a lip to sand it down. Everyone that comes in RPM Tesla with carbon fiber, we take it apart. We want to make sure they're never going to get a scratch. But again, the new cars have felt right here. So then this is always sliding across felt. Therefore, it should not get any scratches or damage to it. So Tesla has figured this out after the fact. So now we're going to put it all back together and we'll zip through this, reassembling it. And then we will show you the test, how it doesn't scrape anymore. And it's a real easy fix. Just grind it down with sandpaper as far as you need to go. And we'll be right back in a second after we put this all back together. And again, these three pieces there go in these three slots here. So it's not hard to do. Just have to get it and line it up straight. So 1, 2, 3. Same thing on this side. And then now this here, same thing. I'm just going to put it right over the lip here. There's 2 more tabs, so that goes like this. And these little guys just poke right through. And now they're ready for screws. Yeah, that pretty much covers it. Now we're going to film our next video with our Generation 3 carbon fiber, Generation 3 wood overlay. We've got a real nice way of making it now. Thanks again for watching, and we'll be right back in a second after we put all the screws in. Okay, we've got all of the T20s in, and again, this is where you want to check it with something like a piece of carbon fiber or a credit card. There should be no drag, okay? Obviously, if it's sticking up like this, it's going to drag, but you want your sliding drawer to open and close just like it did before you put this piece on it. And again, dragging and scratching go hand in hand. All right, so now we're going to continue with the reassembly to show everybody. What you got to do here is you basically have to connect the power cord for your wireless charging pad back in. It just slides in there if you did disconnect it. Sorry, our show model doesn't have this. Now, you're going to spread it apart like this and push it down and slap it together like that. Snap, snap, snap. Same thing on this side, and we're done. So again, you're going to be pushing the sides together first, and then it'll grab. This is not a complete dashboard, obviously. Okay, so that's it. And again, we recommend before you put the carbon piece on or the beautiful open pore wood piece on to the sliding tread, you make sure the clearance is good. All right, that'll do it. But again, you can see here that there's no issues sliding anything underneath here. There's nothing scratching it. So make sure everything is great. And that's it. Now we're going to continue on with our next video. Thanks again for watching. And all of our products work great with our cup holders as well. This will fit right over the carbon fiber ones or the wood ones like we're going to show you next. And we removed all of our perimeter lighting, which is a great lighting effect. And thanks for watching. It's RPM Tesla. And I hope this helped. If you have any issues with your center console, scraping.